Commonwealth Parliamentary Association Forum opens with a call for parliamentary engagement where national interest overrides party political positions.
ECG restores power to 3 operational districts that went off the grid following last Thursday's explosion at Apiate.
Minerals Commission shuts down operations of Joyce Deck Logistics, owners of the truck transporting explosives to Trano mines when it exploded.
Military in Burkina Faso sees power in a coup.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to News Hour live on GBC News, your news and governance channel. We are also live on GTV and streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. My name is Micheline Taka.
And my name is Clara Mlano. Jonathan in Team Darko will translate the news into sign language. Good evening.
To the news just in, the military in Burkina Faso says it has seized power in a coup. The announcement was made on state television by an army officer who said both the government and parliament had been dissolved. President Roch Kabory's whereabouts are unclear, but the officers said all those detained were in a secure location.
The coup comes a day after troops seized barracks and gunshots were heard in the capital earlier. The ruling People's Movement for Progress, PMP, party said that both Mr. Kabory and a government minister had survived an assassination attempt on Sunday. Mutinying troops demanded the sacking of military chiefs and more resources to fight Islamist militants. Meanwhile, protesters have gathered in Burkina Faso's capital, Ouagadougou, to rally in support of the country's mutinous troops who have arrested President Kabory. Marching with flags and chanting, people cheered in favor of the soldiers who arrested President Roch Marc Christian Kabory on Monday, January 24, and detained him in army barracks a day after staging an uprising.
Near Kabory's private residence in the capital, Ouagadougou, with witnesses reported seeing a helicopter above it. On Monday, hooded troops were posted in front of the national broadcaster, RTB, as the population awaited official reports. Some protesters were seen setting up makeshift roadblocks on several main streets before being dispersed by police.
Residents of Paga, capital of the Kassina Nankana West District of the Upper East region, have called on government to beef up security at the border post following the coup in neighboring Burkina Faso.
Apologize for the long break. Now, 6th February is exactly 5 years since the Asantehema Nana Konadu Yadom ascended the stool as the 14th Queen Mother of Asantehema. A delegation formed the Menchia Palace, where at the Jubilee House to officially invite the President Nana Akufo-Addo to the 5th anniversary celebration of her installment.
Nana Konadu became the 14th Queen Mother of Asantehema with the stool name Nana Konadu Yadom, and it's been exactly 5 years since Nana Konadu Yadom ascended the stool to its important position. 6th February will be exactly 6 years of her ascension. A delegation from the Asantehene and Asantehema was therefore at the presidency to brief President Akufo-Addo of the plans of the Asantehene to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the Asantehema. The delegation was led by Mamponhema, Nanadifie Ejakuma, and the Tumforce Chiame, Bafo Kantankrechi.
City boy yera and a samre no died in him a pepe. In samre no the brew on Baya Sora Mananopa. That's one of Pavia, I'm Abertran, never could be Parker. To for the Senate when Yamus so. I'm looking at Abetiano. And Pempen so part and a partner a year. 16 February. I could there. You were Buja Dakadanka. And a man, I will Gabriel. Was the beauty when we brought us everyone ball on Yamania? See, Naima, yeah, my poema. One of Brew and come away. I'm family charming go and Uncle Bob up in Yamania.
President Akufo-Addo says this indeed is a good call and will lend his support.
Send me down too for us. Send me say, oh, I bear no what kind of. Or the same way, a mamma in the community, so some dollars for Papa. Miss Akan and Crown. A 6 million, memory. Before Kumasi.
The delegation also presented the chosen anniversary cloth to President Akufo-Addo.
There has been a clarion and timely call for parliamentary engagements where national interests override that of party political opposition. This constitutional democracy will ensure that decisions are arrived at through the most representative parliamentary coalition. The call was made by the Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Oban Bagbin, during the opening of a 3-day Commonwealth Parliamentary Association workshop in Accra.
Parliamentary Association is an umbrella body of parliamentarians of all the 54 countries in the Commonwealth, including Ghana. The aim of Commonwealth Parliamentary Association workshop is to provide the opportunity for UK and its affiliates to explore how Parliament, as a significant body, can address critical issues like trade, gender and security issues when unexpected external events occur, whilst considering the impact of these events on the effectiveness of democratic institutions. Speaking at the opening of the 3-day workshop in Accra, the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honourable Aben Babin, brought to the fore the unique role of Parliament and how over the years their contributions have helped shape most democracies around the world. He was, however, quick to comment on the current composition of the country's parliament, a situation which has been described as a hung parliament. According to Right Honourable Babin, the current system has provided Ghanaians with a unique opportunity to right some errors in the past in terms of parliamentary engagement. He said to ensure enhanced level of accountability and transparency to consolidate the country's democracy, there's the need to go beyond the current partisan nature of our parliament.
As the Speaker of Ghana's Parliament, one such opportunity I'm pursuing is leading a process that will ensure that the legislature is strengthened to play its role of an equal partner in the deliverance of an open, transparent, and accountable government, to assist in sustaining Ghana's democracy. And I believe, and I'm really a firm believer of what Lippert describes as constitutional democracy.
A political counsellor at the UK High Commissioner in Ghana and Burkina Faso, Dr. Joseph Whittle, was hopeful the platform provided will help address some critical issues bordering parliaments on the continent.
The basis of today is around parliamentary scrutiny. So it's supporting parliamentarians, particularly those who are on select committees, to scrutinise what's coming before them, so to hold the executive to account so that Parliament is better able to fulfil its function.
The Accra workshop is on the theme African Regional Trade and Security Workshop, effective parliamentary scrutiny, gender sensitivity and complexity. Reporting for GBC News, Gifty AJ, Accra.
The Minerals Commission has shut down the operations of Joyce Deck Logistics, owners of the truck that was transporting the explosives to Trano mines but exploded at Apiati. This is to pave the way for a transparent investigation into the incident. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources directed the Minerals Commission to activate the necessary protocols to unravel the cause of last Thursday's explosion at Apiati in the Pristiahuni Valley municipality, which led to the death of 13 persons and injuries to scores of residents. As a result, the Chief Inspector of Mines have been interdicted, while Maxam Ghana has been suspended from operating until further notice, pending the outcome of the investigations. Preliminary investigations by the Minerals Commission has revealed that the explosives that got detonated was being transported by Joyce Deck Logistics, a mining materials transporter based at Biahon in the Ahanta West municipality of the Western Region. Consequently, a team from the Western Region Office of the Minerals Commission this afternoon shut down their operations temporarily. A manager in charge of mining at the Western Region Office of the Minerals Commission, Mr. Joseph Rimpon, said the Minerals Commission will continue to uphold high safety standards in the industry to protect lives of the miners, the host community, and the larger society.
For you to halt operation until further notice. And this is in accordance with the Regulation 2 of LI 218 and Regulation 3 of L12177 of Minerals and Mining Regulations.
The Chief Operating Officer of Joyce Deck Logistics, Ms. Abigail Lukansi, signed the prohibition notice.
The Ghana Armed Forces has stated categorically that its suspects in several videos and pictures on social media platforms or the arrest of a car snatching syndicate at Bupe who are alleged to have attacked and snatched a car from a victim at Tamale is not a soldier of the forces. A statement signed by Mr. Andila Anyane, Commander Acting and Director of Public Relations, dismissed assertions that one of the suspects who is seen wearing military camouflage uniform is a soldier with the Ghana Armed Forces. The statement added that the Armed Forces is worried about the rising spate of impersonation by civilians either wearing military uniforms or posting of fake pictures of themselves as military officers to defraud unsuspecting Ghanaians. It said the authorized sale of military uniforms and military pattern gadgets by some vendors contributes to the state of affairs and is inimical to national security. Per the statement, the Ghana Armed Forces is ready to cooperate with the police to unravel the source of the military uniform in this particular incident and to stop the unauthorized sale of military uniforms across the country. The statement is calling on Ghanaians to be confident to provide information to the security agencies in order to nip this trend in the bud. It advised the general public to be circumspect in dealing with persons who pose as military personnel.
The Commission for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, CTVET, has granted amnesty to students of tertiary institutions, including the 10 technical universities that were affiliated with the ESPAL National Board for Professional and Technician Examination, NAPTEX, offering diploma and HND programs from 2000 to 2001 academic year to date. These students who were unable to complete their courses can now go back to their respective institutions to complete their programs for study towards graduation and certification. The Director General of the Commission, Dr. Fred Che Asamoah, announcing the decision, said the exercise will cover a period of 3 years, starting from the 2022-2023 academic year to 2024-2025 academic year.
We would therefore like to announce that we are granting amnesty to give opportunity to the affected students who were supposed to have completed their courses of study at the various tertiary institutions from the year 2000-2001 academic year to date. We are encouraging the students per this amnesty to go back to their various or respective institutions and complete their programs of study towards graduation and certification. Why? Because we want people to have the skills and what it needs for them to become employable. This exercise will cover a period of 3 years. So as we are announcing it today, for the next 3 academic years, starting from 2022-2023 academic year to the 2024-2025 academic years. We are entreating all affected students once again to contact their various institutions for the detailed implementation modalities. Then also again, the Commission at this same meeting approved, this same board meeting approved with effect from the 2022-2023 academic year, students who gain admission to offer diploma and higher national diplomas at the various tertiary institutions affiliated with CTVET would have 8 years to certify all the certification requirements, including the period of regular studies. Ladies and gentlemen, TVET is designed to prepare individuals for vocation or a specialized occupation, and is so directly linked with nations' productivity and competitiveness for sustainable development to take place.
Still on education, reports indicate that Accra Secondary Technical School, Accra Sectec, in the Lower Manyakrobo municipality of the Eastern region has been shut down after some students assaulted 2 suspected thieves on Friday, January 21, 2022. The 2 suspected thieves are said to have invaded the girls' dormitory last Friday. One of the suspects, Emmanuel Babite Sakite, later died at the St. Martin's de Porres Hospital. The Eastern Regional Education Directorate, in consultation with the Municipal Security Council, decided to shut down the school to avert any reprisal attacks. According to authorities, the closure of the school is to restore safety in the school for a successful completion of the 2021 academic year.
By the end of March this year, 3 cattle markets in one municipal and Bole districts in the Savannah region will be provided with new infrastructure. The facilities, which include loading ramps, mechanized boreholes, sheds and holding pens, will cost over 1,074,000 Ghana cedis. This will be a collaborative effort between the European Commission, the Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development, and Acting for Life. The livestock subsector is one area that has a huge potential of creating jobs and generating income for municipal and district assemblies. In the past decades, however, the sector is bedeviled with challenges such as confrontation between herders and farmers over the destruction of farm produce. To effectively harness the potential of the livestock subsector in northern Ghana, a 5-year project which seeks to support livestock mobility and herders for better access to resources and markets in the northern part of Ghana has been developed. At a ceremony to sign an MOU with beneficiary assemblies at Wa and Bole, the Deputy Executive Director of CIKOD, Mr. Daniel Banuko, said the projects, when completed, will help reduce tension in the sector.
The idea is basically to support the mobility of livestock and herders from the Sahel across to the coastal regions. And for us, what is important to be able to drive home the economic, social, and environmental benefits in the whole transhumance and livestock trade is to create an incentive through which people are able to work in a very in a cordial manner, reducing as much as possible the conflicts that we see inherent in livestock trade across the sub-region.
The Wa Municipal Chief Executive Alhaji Isahaku Mumin Tahir and the DCE for Bole, Veronica Alele, pledged the commitment of the beneficiary assemblies to ensure that the projects are completed on time and properly maintained.
I want to promise you that whatever happens, we, Bole District, will help to add things to that cry. Because Banan Kwanta has gotten everything, and we are here in Bole and we haven't gotten everything. Whatever remains, we are going to also resource. And just like we put up the abattoir, same thing, we'll put up things there. And when you come next time, you'll be surprised at what we can do.
The chief of Banda Nkwanta, Dwewa Kelly, was grateful to the development partners and appealed to the contractors to employ the youth during the execution of the projects.
A newly built police post at Kruwi near Insuta in the Shanti region has been razed by fire. The facility is yet to be operationalized for the intended purpose of fighting increased cases of armed robbery attacks along the Hwidium Insuta Road.
The destruction of the police post is one of the many buildings razed by fire in the Ashanti region this year. This police post at the Kruwi Junction along the Hwidium Insuta Road in the Central District was built about 3 years ago by the District Assembly in response to many reported cases of armed robbery attacks in the area. The cause of the fire is unknown, but the Ghana National Fire Service is investigating the incident. Other sources say the annual occurrence of bushfires in the area may be the cause. The Central District Chief Executive, Mr. Benjamin Kodria, said the Assembly's inability to activate the police post is mainly due to the inadequate number of police personnel in the district.
You see, then, police form personnel, personnel, Titu, Achia, and yes, the other day. Sometimes the car say, police form for share drawings. Yes, police post. But when we had drawings, we supposed to be a police station. I'm a naive.
Still to come, we have business, sports, international, and entertainment. Do stay.
Where?
Spectacle. Yabba. Na yabba. Spectacle.
It's all about entertainment.
You're watching the business news brought to you by MTN and Whirlpool. My name is Esther Eidu Ohumeu. The butcher strike in Bolgatanga has had a ripple effect on food vendors within the Bolga municipality. Our Upper East regional correspondent Samuel Ayama, in an earlier interview, says since the strike started, some catering services have complained about low patronage due to the absence of meat in their dishes.
The restaurants in the Bolgatanga township on Eastern Barons, they are badly affected about the strike of the butchers, because now they are complaining that if this issue is not given the needed attention or is not resolved immediately, residents in the municipality are likely to consume wholesome meat, because most of the meat they are now using for their activities now, they don't have the veterinary officers to examine the animals before they are being slaughtered. At Bolga Assembly, they have still maintained their stance. They said if they are not ready to move to Yorogo, a suburb of Bolgatanga, they will not also open the old place that this assembly locked it up recently. So it's an issue, but now the assembly has even provided a van for them so that when they slaughter their animals at the new abattoir, they can carry the meat back to town and sell. And again, they are asking that the Bolga Assembly should move them with the animal market, which is currently at the center of Bolgatanga, to that new location, so that when they buy the animals, they move in there and sell. But the assembly is saying that they are also discussing that issue with the animal market leaders, so that when they are able to also solve that issue, then
barring any hindrance, April 2022 will see Ghana have its first ever bamboo-made toilet roll produced locally under the government's flagship One District, One Factory initiative. The €5.1 million plant is a project of the Dutch paper roll manufacturer Goodwill Netherlands. The Dutch paper roll manufacturer is seeking to explore Africa's 1.2 billion population market using Ghana as the gateway. The company, located at Akwemufie in the Esuojaman district in the eastern region, will produce toilet rolls from bamboo, a mostly natural stand in the western region. The project, which is about 90% complete, is expected to create 100 direct jobs and about 1,000 indirect jobs. About 120 toilet rolls are expected to be produced per day when production takes off. After inspecting work at the site, Deputy Minister for Trade, Mr. Herbert Krapa, said the project is an indication of investor confidence in the government's One District, One Factory initiative.
The economic activity that this generates is phenomenal, and for me, it is a testament to what the One District Factory stands for, that we are able to help local industry to take advantage of raw materials that are readily available here in Ghana to, encourage the industrial decentralization that we're talking about.
The company told GBC News it hopes to export to neighboring West African states once production begins in the second quarter of the year. In business, the Bank of Ghana has revised downwards the assets of UT Bank from 1.3 billion cedis to 437 million cedis. In its report on the inventory of assets and liabilities of UT Bank, the Bank of Ghana revised downwards the assets value by some 863 million cedis.
Following the adjustments made by the central bank, the total assets value of UT Bank is now pegged at 437 million cedis. Major adjustments made to UT Bank's assets by the BOG were in the areas of loan and advances and balances. UT Bank had loans and advances of approximately 1.2 billion cedis, accounting for approximately 88% of the bank's total assets as at 14th August 2017. A review of the loan book using industry classification standards or guidelines suggests that only 231 million cedis of net loans and advances is recoverable. The adjustment of 919 million cedis represents loans that were classified as non-performing according to UT Bank records. For the bank's liabilities, the BOG revised upwards UT Bank's liabilities from 1.86 billion cedis to 2.02 billion cedis. The bank's total liabilities were approximately 1.9 billion cedis and made up of deposits from customers, interest payable, monies due to other banks and financial institutions, deferred income, deferred tax liability, and term debt. The report was prepared in accordance with the Joint Receivers Reporting Responsibility to the Central Bank under Sections 1301, 1304, and 1263 of the Banks and Specialized Deposit-Taking Institutions Act 2016, Act 930, requiring the receiver to prepare and deliver a report on the inventory of assets and liabilities of the resolved institution. BOG, in accordance with Section 1232 of the Act. Appointed Mr. Vish Ashiagbo and Mr. Eric Nananipa, both directors of PricewaterhouseCoopers, BWC, as the joint receivers for the purposes of winding down the affairs of the bank. Hey.
Let's have the forex and commodity figures for the day.
The phone, can't you see? Hello, ma'am. So you've applied for the devil's work?
Oh yes, it's such an easy job, you know. I have passion for it.
Tell us more.
I have a tight schedule. So to save time, I try to answer my calls and messages while driving.
Isn't it risky?
But sir, listen, 120 kilometers per hour on a 50 kilometers per hour road, I do. And small talking on the phone take a while driving. You say it is risky, it is not.
But you and your kids are not strapped in.
I know. These children, they are tough. Don't mind their body.
So how do you feel about yourself?
I feel proud. I love my job.
Are you sure you are not the devil? Make you not do Abonsamejuma. Stay alive. This Stay Alive campaign is brought to you by the National Road Safety Authority.
Hello, welcome. This is the Energy News. My name is Mabel Anang. The Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, has restored power to 3 operational districts where power was disrupted following last Thursday's explosion at Apiati in the Prisia municipality. Work has also started on the removal and the replacement of cables, transformers, meters, and poles bent in the explosion.
Thursday's explosion at Apiati brought in its wake destruction of infrastructure such as electricity installations. This affected power supply to over 30,000 customers in 3 operational districts, which affected hospitals, among other institutions. The ECG has restored power to the affected districts, while efforts are ongoing to remove cables, meters, poles and transformers that have been destroyed. The managing director of ECG, Mr. Kwame Ajimambudu, and some officials of ECG visited the site to assess the situation and replace the destroyed installations, estimated at about 2 million Ghana cedis, which the company says it is ready to bear. The work involves the restoration of express feeder and power to the community, among others.
We asked them to mobilize forces to ensure that the safety is prevailed. What they did, they isolated the network to make sure the place is safe. After that, we energized those who were affected, like Sankragua, Inche, Akropong, to make sure they have light. And with our mobilization, we enforced the team of a team from the region, whereby we were able to restore power within 48 hours. And we are here this morning to solidarize with the community to show our support.
After commensurating with the community, management of ECG promised an amount of 100,000 Ghana cedis to help in their upkeep. Meanwhile, the GNPC Foundation is to construct a 6-unit primary and a 3-unit JHS block and sanitary facilities for the community. In addition, tertiary students from Apiati are to benefit from the foundation's scholarship scheme. The executive director of GNPC Foundation is Dr. Dominic Edua.
I've been in talks with the State Housing Corporation to know their preparation toward the reconstruction so that the component we are supposed to provide are added accordingly. So that's basically why I came to this morning. I've had engagement with the chiefs and accordingly informed them.
The relocation of the 250-megawatt Ameri power plant at the Abuazi Power Enclave to Kumasi will not be done by Ameri Energy. The country director of Ameri Energy, Mr. Francis Molu, said the necessary transfer technicalities have been dealt with by both parties and another company will lead the transfer process.
There was no any major outstanding between the parties, and we are happy to hand over these plans to the government of Ghana and the good people of Ghana, which including myself. Maybe any other issues, that is an internal issue to be discussed. The other technicalities has been taken care of, which is an agreement that has been signed and all parties have agreed to it. So the relocation is not going to be done by us, but somebody else. The fact that we are handing over the plan to government of Ghana, that doesn't mean that is our relationship with the people of Ghana. We are still in discussion with the ministry and the good people of Ghana. Good opportunities will come and we can still go to work. We are handing over. That doesn't mean Ameri is still in Ghana.
The National Petroleum Authority, NPA, has announced that local oil refineries can now produce diesel and petrol with sulfur levels not exceeding 1,000 milligrams or kilograms. The interim directive, which took effect on January 20 and ends December 31, 2024, is to allow for an ECOWAS directive on harmonized specification for automotive fuels.
Prior to this latest directive, the permissible sulfur content in petroleum products consumed in the country has been 50 milligram or kilogram since July 2017, but local refineries have struggled to meet the target, hence need for the waiver. The authority, however, said the interim waiver will not affect diesel and petrol imported into the country and that they will continue to comply with the sulfur requirement stipulated at maximum 50 milligram or kilogram as contained in ECOWAS harmonized specification for automotive fuels. The rationale for the interim waiver is to ensure that local refineries remain operational while they introduce measures to meet the sulfur requirement stipulated in the ECOWAS specifications. In a statement, the MPS says the application of the waiver to local refineries will not result in any price differentials in the sale and purchase of diesel and regular petrol at retail outlets with respect to their permissible sulfur content. To ensure compliance, it said where fuel from a retail outlet exceeds the sulfur content of 50 milligram or kilogram, the dealer and oil marketing company OMC shall produce documentation indicating the consignment was procured from a local refinery. Failure to produce the required documentation may result in the application of pecuniary penalties of 30,000 cedis on the OMC or dealer.
That's how we wrap up on the Energy News segment. My name is Mabel Anna. Health News is up next.